September 11th, 2001. A day that we told ourselves we'll never forget. We'll never forget watching the towers crumble as American lives were taken from us that day. We'll never forget how Larry Silverstein, who purchased the towers 2 months prior, also took out an insurance policy that included terrorism 2 months before the towers went down. We'll never forget how Larry Silverstein went to court and won, saying that he deserves double the price because there was 2 attacks on those buildings, and they awarded him $4.5 billion. We'll never forget how Larry Silverstein, who always had breakfast in the North Tower, skipped that day. We'll never forget how the buildings fell at free fall speeds with no resistance. That's impossible. We'll never forget how a New York Police Department detective was handed by a passerby, a stranger in a suit, the passport of terrorist Saddam al-Saqimi that was found lying on a sidewalk prior to Building 2 falling down. We'll never forget that they told us jet fuel melted the I-beams in the towers, and that's what brought them down. We'll never forget that they told us 19 Saudi nationals entered those planes with box cutters and took them over and took them down. But yet, we went to war with Iraq. We'll never forget how Building 7 fell at free fall speeds without ever being touched by a plane. We'll never forget when Larry Silverstein is being interviewed, and you can find it for yourself and listen, where he's talking about at some point they decided to, quote, pull Building 7. Sounds like a demolition to me. We'll never forget what came right after, when George W. Bush created Homeland Security that is being abused to this day, and also the Patriot Act, which opened the door for spying on me and you and calling us domestic terrorists. We'll never forget how our lives changed that day and how our country changed that day. But most of all, we'll never forget the nearly 3,000 people that died, and we don't even exactly know why. God bless you and rest your souls. Justice is coming.